Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Brian Henry. I've been with AWS about 5 years. I'm in charge of GSI training and enablement strategy. My background has primarily been consulting and business development, or partner development, I should say. Years ago, I started my own company as a professional services provider for Adobe when they entered their enterprise space. Since we were early in that space, we actually built out the training that enabled their partners and enabled them to build out their partner network. Years later, I took on a new opportunity and moved to Silicon Valley. And I worked for a bunch of mid-stage startups, and my focus was building out their professional services capabilities and their partner capabilities. So I've got a lot of experience when it comes to consulting companies and when it comes to partner development. So I'm here to share my experience today with my colleague, Phoebe.
Hi, everyone. I'm Phoebe Trung. My journey to tech was unexpected. I was working with geriatric patients in skilled nursing facilities while getting my doctorate in physical therapy. And on my way home from work, I was involved in a horrible 4-car accident that resulted in an 8-month hiatus of me recovering and figuring out what to do next in my career path. During that time, I decided to take up temp jobs. And the first one happened to be at VMware in February of 2007. VMware. Silly me, I had asked the question to my temp agent, is that a clothing company? And though I had worked in the health industry, I also focused on the business management side a lot, and that came in handy. But what really boosted my abilities and confidence was the opportunity to take training and have access to all the resources available for me to quickly ramp up. Within 4 months, I was offered a permanent role, and since then, I've worn many different hats within the channel, working with partners as they build their business with my employers across hardware, software, and cloud computing. I have over 17 years of experience and enjoy being in a very diverse group at AWS. I also continue to learn and be curious to stay up to date. With that, Brian and I get to work with very innovative builders, and we are so excited to share the offerings with you today in this session. So what we'll talk about is trends AWS partners are currently facing, what's happening industry-wide, delivering value to your customers, how AWS Partner Training and Certification can support you, training options for every learner, how to identify your team's needs, and connecting with partner training to get started. As more customers turn to the cloud to make the impossible possible, they face the barrier to harnessing their full potential, the skills gap. Drop's 2023 white paper currently puts the cloud talent supply-demand gap at a staggering 4.15 million, which is a 56% growth since 2021. A recent soft skill report expands on that perspective, saying that 66% of IT decision makers worldwide face a critical skills gap within their departments, and that cloud computing ranks as the most challenging hiring area. This is a major opportunity for partners with credentials to fill the gaps. Whether it's building chatbot, using machine learning and generative AI to produce conversational responses, or using large-scale data analytics to inform strategic business moves, customers are looking for partners who can help them leverage AWS services to add value to their solutions. And they care if you're certified.
A recent survey of AWS partners, thank you, Phoebe, calls out the importance of training, having trained and certified staff. 66% of partners say that their customers call this one of the most important things. And 83% of partner customers say that the number of certifications was a deciding factor in the partner they chose. So let's zoom out and get a clearer view of the industry. Of the IT workloads that are great cases for migration to the cloud, only 15% have been migrated, leaving a whopping 85%. I know we can all do the math. This represents a huge opportunity for partners with migration and application practices, but also a great opportunity to expand your practices. So use cases like advanced analytics, IoT integration, automation, even 5G and quantum. In fact, McKinsey projects that $3 trillion in EBITDA is up for grabs for companies that expand their services beyond just cloud adoption.
So it's our job to take these information and say, how does this connect? Oh, and ask some important questions of how does this connect to what AWS can do for partners? How can we help partners take advantage of economic opportunities and support their growth and expansion with minimal disruption?
AWS Partner Training is your support system. Investing in training and certification positions you and your organizations for more success. It fosters benefits like faster project deployment, improved customer satisfaction, less employee burnout, and of course, revenue growth. But allocating time to training, we know that's a challenge. You guys are billable, your teams are billable, but we get it, and we're here to tell you, or to reaffirm that it's worth it. A study by Canalys found that partners with deep AWS engagement and breadth of services have more profitable growth. Whether it's co-selling, if you have your own services, or just reselling, partners with deep AWS portfolio of offerings can achieve a 6.4 multiplier for every dollar of AWS spend. Also, an internal downstream impact research indicated services partners who obtain AWS certifications originate 18% more AWS opportunities over 18 months than similar partners who have not achieved certifications. And the impact is higher with more advanced certifications. In addition to new business, partners see operational efficiency, with a recent survey of decision makers reporting that AWS trained and certified staff significantly improved operational efficiency, accelerated growth delivery by sometimes up to 20%. Also, if your business is planning to get any competencies, which can further increase your business, we can help you get the required certifications to meet that threshold. Now let's look at some of our partners. Alpha Omega. Alpha Omega worked with our partner training and certification to upskill their employees while addressing their customer needs. Using self-paced digital training and a Skillbuilder subscription, Alpha Omega saw a 250% increase in certifications over 2 years. The investment in training helped Alpha Omega increase customer satisfaction significantly. In the same 2-year stretch, because of their workforce was more efficient, Alpha Omega's quarterly customer satisfaction score increased from 80 to 93. This helped them achieve increased revenue. They were able to get more contract renewals and create additional new lines of business. Another organization that we witnessed strong return on investment for training is IBM Consulting. Let's take a look.
A lot of our clients looked at us to be a trusted advisor on these hybrid cloud journeys and their business transformation. So they want to make sure that we have the depth and the breadth of the skill sets to be able to execute on that for them. So one of the easiest ways to do that is with industry recognized certifications, thus the importance of making sure that, especially with our global footprint, that we have certifications at scale.
So IBM and AWS have had a relationship now for over 5 years. It really kind of started in our hybrid cloud side of the business, and over the last 2 years, it's moved into our business transformation services side of the business. And it's really been geared to making sure that we're working well together for our clients, bringing customer delight.
Well, it all begins with our client, our business needs, and we really drive what certification needs are the need to be met there. So if we take certifications like we're heavily into data, so we take the data analytics, the machine learning specialty, and we address those certifications first.
The training and certification folks at AWS work with us to create immersion days and game days and boot camps to dig deeper. They know our needs, and we know how to work with them to make those needs come true.
We have folks that have multiple AWS certifications, that it's something that will grow with them. It's their knowledge. They not become stagnant in the marketplace, and then taking these certifications are a way for them to become more relevant in the workforce.
I lead a very massive effort at a large government agency where we support them in automating benefits delivery to millions of citizens every year, and all of that is hosted on AWS. So I took the AWS Cloud Practitioner training. It was really relevant and really helped open my eyes to technology that I work with on a daily basis, and so now I'm able to talk to my clients about this technology in a much more meaningful way that I wasn't able to do before I took the training. End of the day result for our clients is that they're able to not only streamline their processes, but we've been able to support their ability to limit the time to respond to citizen requests from weeks to minutes. We've also been able to increase their uptime to be able to run 24/7.
We're able to use as well those certifications to also help build some of the industry solutions that we've been putting in place together with AWS, and we bring those to the clients to solve some of their most meaty, difficult problems and challenges.
A couple of years ago in 2021, we finished the year with about 10,000 certifications. Here we are in 2023, we're not even a quarter of the way of the year yet, we're already surpassed 18,000. It's really led to a number of improvements across everything that we provide to our clients, and now with what we're seeing it in terms of what we bring to the market. The examples of the platform services on AWS, the intelligent application management, the growing demand on SAP on AWS, the growing demand on addressing data, and that work in a hybrid cloud environment. So the training and enablement and certification programs that AWS provides has really allowed a lot of our teams across all of those different initiatives to become more aware about not only how to have those conversations with our clients, but how to execute on those transformations. And it adds credibility in our conversations, in our solutioning, and helping our clients through their journeys.
Awesome stuff. They mentioned 18,000 certifications. I think this was February. They've surpassed 23,000 certifications and are still climbing. And I'd also like to call out Ali Raza. I don't know if they're in the room, but this person has achieved all 12 certifications and was awarded the coveted golden jacket. So IBM Consulting is all in, and if you to see anybody here this week from IBM, you should have a conversation with them, and they can tell you about the growth in their business around AWS. The power of AWS training and certification is not just obviously with our partners, but also with our customers. So I've got a few quotes here from some of our key customers. Volkswagen Financial Services says, AWS training helped identify new architectures to reduce costs and increase efficiencies. Sephora echoed this sentiment. As a result of training, our new services fully leverage available AWS capabilities, which results in better architecture and a more scalable services that are more robust, cost-effective to operate. And TrackPhone tells us, the biggest benefit besides cost agility is the ability to give new functionality to solve our business problems for our business teams quickly. These quotes highlight the role of training in cost savings as well as opportunities for revenue gain for our AWS partners. Another partner, CMD Solutions, has been experiencing an uptick from demand for moving to the cloud. The company needed to hire more people, and really they just couldn't find people. We all know there's a big skills gap. I heard a number earlier today of 5 million and projected to be over 6 million in the next couple of years. So they really had to build their own workforce. So they collaborated with us, training and certification, and built this unique deep dive program that features some of the free training that we offer, as well as pairing that up with consultants that are teaching the practical use of AWS in the field. Through this process, they also became an authorized training reseller, resulting in another revenue stream. CMD Solutions saw a 30% increase in revenue in the past year and 130% ROI from this new revenue path. Sorry, I already jumped it.
Right, so partner training and certification supports our partners with several learning modes and different resources that learners can use. They include free digital training with over 600 courses, partner-exclusive learning plans, currently over 320 and more being built as we speak, partner certification readiness programs, which offers resources to reduce the time to certification, and AWS PartnerCast, which is our weekly webinar series that provides the latest and greatest updates, all available to you, our AWS partners. We'll dive into those shortly. Now, with AWS Skillbuilder, it unlocks access to hands-on learning with individual and team subscription. They include AWS Builder Labs and Jam Journeys, which are gamified experience with several elements such as collaboration, competition, real-time scoring, relevant in-scenario clues, and also allows for learners to build risk-free within an AWS management console. Subscriptions also contains access to enhanced certification prep resources like CloudQuest and much more. So AWS continues to invest in these different training modalities because we want to stay on the leading edge of training, and so that you and your teams can stay on the leading edge of cloud. And if you've been anywhere in the cloud tech industry this year, generative AI has been a hot topic. At AWS Training and Certification, we constantly develop and release new training curricula to empower partners to offer solutions their customers are asking for. One of our newest offerings is the Generative AI on AWS Essentials course. This fundamental course shares the same use cases and best practices from customers' engagements that is used to train our internal AWS sales team. And it also provides non-technical foundational knowledge of generative AI on AWS. You can learn more via the QR code at the end of the presentation. With Partner Innowism, a part of Cognizant, we saw a positive impact of introducing training that aligns with the edge of new technology. Innowism is a consultancy that specializes in advanced analytics, data science, and generative AI on AWS, whose team is its own unique selling point and making nurturing and retaining talent paramount to their success. Because of that, they made AWS Training and Certification a priority by balancing training and committed projects by allocating dedicated training days annually, and also enabling team members to prioritize and focus their skills development based on their assigned projects. By combining live workshops and on-demand learning in AWS Skillbuilder, Innowism opened up the training beyond their technical teams to include project managers and the sales teams, which established a common language across the teams that helped deepen expertise and helped their customer engagements. The training and certification also accelerated their achievements of AWS certifications and partner accreditation badges. And within this year, over half of the team took the Generative AI on AWS Essentials course, allowing them to earn these badges just 45 days within its launch, showing their customers how they stay at the forefront of technology innovation and ahead of their competitors. But of course, course development can be a lengthy process, and we understand the needs to stay with the trends in the industry and stay up to date. So we need flexible methods to train our partner learners. AWS PartnerCast keeps our partners in the know with the latest and greatest from training and certification. These sessions cover topics like products, services, AWS marketing updates, AWS best practices, and other timely training. We have a PartnerCast option that fits any, which is shorter sessions, multi-day, multi-week webinars, and each of these are hosted by a subject matter experts that features a two-way conversation for you to have your questions answered live. You can also access the playback within Skillbuilder. To see upcoming sessions globally, visit the PartnerCast section within the training and certification site. Some PartnerCast sessions to highlight are how to leverage AWS machine learning services to drive value for your customers, Amazon Code Whisperer, your AI coding companion, the future of contact center automation and modernization, advanced domain, anatomy of an attack, most common compromise scenarios and how to avoid them, and what's new with AWS Glue. PartnerCast also is an option for everyone's voice to be heard. Partners can suggest upcoming topics, which enables us to produce training of more session topics that you'd like to hear of. And speaking of that, when it comes to digital training, we've heard you loud and clear. Partners' #1 request is to have more sales training, and we don't blame you. Recent research shows that when sales teams are unable to have joint go-to-market efforts, it attributes to revenue gains. Specifically, ESG research shows that 82% of learners have a higher ability to work with their customers to select the right solutions to fit their needs. With these skills improvements, among others, you can see a positive return of investments with partners. And we've seen that with partners like Fortinet and Claro and Pertel, where Fortinet ISV saw an 83% growth in PO opportunities, and Claro and Pertel saw a 4 times increase year over year in sales opportunities in just 5 months. So to continue to support our partners to make the possible possible, we have introduced new courses to our AWS training, which includes sales accreditation, pricing and licensing, security and compliance, migration sales essentials, selling into the public sector, AWS for data, and the generative AI on AWS Essentials course. Upon completing these courses, you can achieve a badge which you can showcase on social media or your email signature. We've also made upskilling your sales team a lot easier by introducing the Sales Essentials Partner Learning Plans, where it includes many of these courses in a prescriptive list.
And looking more broadly, sometimes the skills gap in your organization can overlap with the needs in your community. Let's take a look at how this partner, AWS partner EPAM, leveraged the AWS IT Skills for You program to meet the needs of Ukrainian refugees, adding new skills and creating new careers.
I have a master's degree in mechanical engineering. For last 11 years, I had been working for a small Ukrainian company in furniture production. Each and every business had been shut down when the war had started.
Our life changed completely. I had to pack my whole family and move to a safer place. I was driven by the desire of changes and by responsibilities for my family.
From first day of this war, we EPAM decided to help all Ukrainians in this situation. IT Skills for You program from AWS provide free trainings and certification exam. Graduates of IT Skills for You program, including best of these graduates, receive our job offer and start their contribution on a real project in development team, and it's start of their career.
IT Skills for You training helped me to get a better understanding of how to build robust and resilient solutions in the cloud. This was online course, so I could learn and study from any locations, and this led me to the certification. This certification had benefited me in my job interviews, so I get my job maybe because of it.
This program had a significant impact on my career path because it helped me to gain the current role. This gave me a confidence of my knowledge in my day-to-day work because my project is highly related to AWS.
This year, EPAM will celebrate 30th anniversary. We're really proud to be a global provider of digital transformation services. We encourage our specialists continuously improve their skills in cloud, from entry-level specialist to high-level specialist.
Now I'm working as a junior system engineer to deliver developers code to AWS infrastructure, but I really hope my career will grow up, and it's really important for Ukraine right now to build a resilient infrastructure. That's what we want for our customers to feel safe, for us to feel safe. That's what Ukraine needs.
That's great, and it feels good. Another data point from one of our many studies is that 80% of respondents reported improved job effectiveness upon receiving a certification. So to enhance our offerings, we've added a new role-based certification for 2024, AWS Certified Data Engineer. This new certification is focused on core data-related AWS services, and candidates would be data architects, data analysts, data scientists, anyone working with data in cloud, essentially. It's currently, I think, released this week in beta and will be generally available next April. So I encourage you, if you feel like you're in that wheelhouse, to take this exam and give us some feedback. Also launching today is AWS CloudQuest Recertified Cloud Practitioner. So this is a gamified version of focused on recerting Cloud Practitioner. So again, if anybody in this audience is in that position where they need to recertify their Cloud Practitioner, we'd love to hear your feedback and recertify Cloud Practitioner.
A show of hands, please. How many of you are looking to get your first AWS certification? Awesome. By the way, I have really cool unicorn stickers available. Please come see me after this. How many of you are already AWS certified? Awesome. How many of you are looking to attempt another AWS certification?
All right.
Amazing. That is awesome. So in any three of these scenarios, we have you covered. We have certification learning plans exclusively for partners available for you to access for free in Skillbuilder. These plans are self-paced, and they take a learner from day 0 all the way until you attempt your certification, and expands across all the certification types from foundational, associate, professional, and specialties. We've recently published a blog where 2 partner learners achieved all 3 associate certifications within 6 months by leveraging hybrid learning and the resources available from AWS. They went through and took the digital courses within Skillbuilder. They used CloudQuest, which is gaming, for them to help learn. They went through our partner certification readiness programs to ask questions with our certified trainers and study with other learners. They also access white papers and many other resources provided to them. And remember, you don't just have certification learning plans. You have over 320 learning plans available to you that ranges from foundational to specialization, and it includes industry and solutions as well. Now let's take a closer look at the Partner Certification Readiness Program. This program was built and piloted by several team members across the organization. They include partner enablement managers, development managers, trainers, program managers, and solutions architect who supports partners and also went through the certification journey themselves, leveraging best practices from their own journey and from piloting with several partners and also students study research. They created a very prescriptive hybrid multi-week program that meets learners at any stage that they're at within the certification journey. So on the screen, you'll see an example of the Cloud Practitioner program. Like all programs, each session's built off of one another. The kickoff is where learners can join, get an introduction to the programs, the commitments, as well as how to go through the exam scheduling and get their questions answered. Then session 1 is where an AWS certified trainer will go through the exam structure and the content that may be on the exam, and then also review other materials with the attendees. Session 2 is where learners can then learn best practices, exam strategy, and be provided resources to continue their readiness to attempt an AWS certification. And then session 3, our most popular, which is a fun quiz show. So this is where you can put your knowledge to the test with other learners. And we have the highest rated CSAT for this because the trainers will go through questions with you, and it's a fun quiz, so you can select your answer. And if you select it wrong, here's your opportunity to get more explanation from that certified trainer. Speaking from my own experience, I tried to have my own discipline with 1.5 hours every night and my own learning plan. But at the end of the day, I'm exhausted from a long work day, and I'd like to prioritize my nighttime with my family. So having this program available to me where I know when to take courses, when to show up to learn with others, and get to ask questions and go through labs, it works perfectly well for me. For others, self-paced may just be their preferred method, and that works great as well. But again, we have all of these options available to all different learner types. Okay.
So Skillbuilder. In addition to the 600 free courses and learning plans that you can assign, subscribers have access to AWS Builder Labs, role-based games, jam sessions, which are another version of hands-on role-based games, and exam prep questions, and feedback from your exam prep questions. AWS partner employee John Dykett from Insight Enterprises shared his experience with Skillbuilder subscription. John said, "Skillbuilder has directly helped me to achieve at least 2 certifications, including specialty level certifications for my organization." That's great because that helps demonstrate competency to AWS and to our partners. The team Skillbuilder subscription also includes admin features that help organizations drive and track adoption across your workforce. Cisco is a big user of this. They used a team subscription with the admin dashboard and the ability to assign and help individual training to support their global hybrid workforce. According to their director of cloud governance and operations, scaling up with Skillbuilder and allowing learners allowing learners access to just-in-time training, raised morale, created a culture of learning, helped to achieve more robust architectures, and allowed them to be able to adopt new services and ideas. There's more info in the QR code at the end of the presentation, and we're doing demos regularly. I believe at 5 o'clock in the Venetian on Wednesday in the lightning talk, you can see a demo as well.
All right, so you may have some questions, which is, how do I know where to start? How do I know what my team needs? How do I know what I need? So for individual learners and small teams, we recommend taking the partner accreditation, followed by the Cloud Practitioner certification learning plan, and then continue your journey on with the 320 partner exclusive learning plans available to you. For partners in the enterprise space with 50 learners or more, we can help you have a customized training plan based upon your AWS business plan. Our partner enablement managers, also known as PEMs, they are expertise in this area. They'll work with you to review your AWS partner business plan. From there, they will work on an adaptive survey to deploy and engage where your employees' skill sets are. So then they can then create a customized learning plan. So the partner learning needs analysis is the tool that we use, and it's 3 easy steps. The first is they'll create that survey, and it will include all the information for the cloud roles and other roles that supports the business. And it should take no longer than 20 minutes per person. The second step is once that's done, they'll take all the data, analyze it, and create a customized learning plan to review with you and your stakeholders. Once you sign off on that plan, we move to step 3, which is then they'll start implementing those plans with your organizations and individuals as well. And this does include hybrid learning. So earlier I spoke about live workshops as well as on-demand learning. And it also includes recommendations for certification journeys. So if there's one thing you take away from this presentation, is that you will have 100% of our support to help you be more cost-effective, improve employee satisfaction, and delight your customers. All of the partner training offerings that I spoke about earlier, from PartnerCast to digital training, partner learning needs analysis, certification readiness programs, all available to you through the QR code. So if you download that, all the assets are there. Brian mentioned that there is a Skillbuilder demo. We also have Skillbuilder demos available to you in Mod 32 if you're interested. Come up and let us know at the end of the presentation. It's being run every hour as well. And if you're looking to transform your workforce, again, get in touch with us through the Partner Learning Needs Analysis form, and then we'll have a Partner Enablement Manager get in touch with you. And last but not least, we have a booth available in the exhibit hall throughout this whole week with partner training subject matter experts ready to talk to you at any time. All right, so thank you for spending your hour with us, and please take the survey in the mobile app. We hope that you found, thank you. We hope that you found the information valuable, and let's break the rules of Vegas. Whatever was shared here, please share it with your colleagues, your organization. And we do hope to hear your journey as you take the next leap into training and certification, or if you're already started, that's great. And we hope you have an amazing rest of your time here at reInvent. Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, everybody.